so many entrepreneurs, they start out as these big picture visionaries. They have a grand plan for the future, but then pretty quickly they find themselves trapped. And it's not because they ran out of ideas, not at all. It's because they're caught in the daily grind of just running the business. It's that classic battle between being a visionary and having to be an operator.
Think about it. You've got this amazing idea, this incredible plan for where your company's headed. But instead of actually steering the ship, you're just putting out fires all day, right? You're trying to untangle messy workflows, you're managing a team that maybe isn't perfectly aligned, and your big picture vision, well, it's pretty much being held hostage by all that operational chaos.
This feeling actually has a name. It's called the entrepreneur's trap. It's that really critical point where your business's success starts to outpace its own internal systems. The very momentum that got you this far suddenly feels like it's grinding to a halt.
And hey, if this is all sounding a little too familiar, you are definitely not alone. A recent survey found that almost half of all small business owners say that improving their operations and figuring out how to scale effectively are their absolute top concerns. So yeah, it's a really common challenge.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, it really takes a shift in your mindset. You've got to move from being just the builder of your business to becoming its architect. And a lot of the time, that means partnering up with someone who specializes in designing that blueprint for success. Let's talk about what an architect like that looks like. Take Erica Bourne. Her background is basically the definition of strategic execution. We're talking over 2 decades of experience that spans federal intelligence, major corporate industries, and her own entrepreneurship. As a former senior program manager at the CIA, she was leading these incredibly complex multi-million-dollar programs. This isn't just theory from a textbook. This is elite, real-world experience making massive, high-stakes projects succeed.
And a background like that, well, it shapes a very distinct approach. She's a strategic, analytical go-getter who is just relentlessly focused on execution. She is literally hardwired to see that big picture and then design the super precise logical steps to make it happen. She's a true partner who just does not give up until the goals are met.
So she's taken all of this expertise and distilled it into her own framework. And it's designed to turn that operational chaos we talked about into crystal clarity. It's called the Bourne Ops Blueprint.
The Bourne Ops method is really built on 3 core pillars. First up is organization, getting those team roles aligned and creating a clear structure. Second is process, optimizing and automating workflows to build a machine that just runs smoothly. And third, strategy, designing a clear, data-driven plan for growth. Each step just builds on the last, creating this really powerful and scalable foundation for your business.
The end result here is a really fundamental shift in how the business actually operates. You move from that state of constant reactive firefighting to one of intentional strategic growth. And that frees you up, the visionary leader, to get back to focusing on the future, not on all those daily operational headaches.
But you might be wondering, how can a growing business get this level of executive expertise without, the huge cost of a full-time C-suite salary? And that's where a really smart, flexible model comes into play.
Erica steps in as what's called a fractional chief strategy officer, or a fractional CSO. Now, what this means is you get all the benefits of a top-tier strategic leader who really integrates with your team, but on a part-time basis. It's an incredibly efficient way for growing businesses to get that executive-level thinking without the massive overhead of a full-time hire.
And the impact of this model? It's significant. Studies have actually shown that companies using fractional executives can see as much as a 30% boost in their project efficiency. It's all about bringing in that focused, high-impact expertise right where you need it and right when you need it most.
But, the real proof is always in the results. So let's take a look at what this kind of strategic partnership actually delivers for the entrepreneurs she works with.
For one of her clients, the partnership led directly to automated processes that saved them critical time and resources. But the bigger impact was actually strategic. That newfound operational stability gave them the confidence to rebrand and step into a more polished, upscale phase for their business. That's a game changer.
And this approach isn't just for businesses that are, struggling to keep their head above water. As another client points out, she has this unique ability to take an already well-structured business and kick it up to the next level. She becomes that resourceful partner who delivers long-term strategic value.
And this is so important. This partnership is way more than just some transactional consulting gig. Erica is deeply invested in building a community. Her clients actually become part of a curated professional network, so they get access to all these valuable connections and resources that go way beyond just a single project.
She doesn't just improve your business, she actively helps grow your entire network.
So this all brings us back to a really fundamental question for any entrepreneur who feels stuck in that growth trap we talked about at the very beginning.
It's really a challenge to how you see your own role. Are you just going to keep laying bricks, day after day, hoping the whole structure holds together? Or are you ready to step back, partner with a master planner, and intentionally architect a business that's truly built to last and designed to scale? That's really the question to think about.